Hey everyone, it is Uncork with Kate, and if you have been living under a rock, you may not know that the movie Wine Country came out. Movie produced by Amy Poehler, and she brings a lot of her SNL gals all together to have a little 50th birthday celebration in Napa Valley. Obviously wine country, and so it was coming out. I heard about it a couple months back, and I got my girls together. I said, you know what, we have got to do a movie screening night. So we planned it for Friday night. We all came in our pajamas. Everybody brought a bottle of wine from Napa that they've never tried. We all got together and tried the wine, did a little wine tasting, and finally got to sit down on the couch to watch it. But we kept having to pause every few minutes to talk about who was which character, because there were 6 of us sitting on my couch, 6 main characters in the movie, and it was pretty funny how we each kind of fit into part of one of those characters. So if you know anything about Amy Poehler, and especially Amy Poehler with Tina Fey, they are comic gold. They are amazing. And all those SNL gals were just stellar comedians. And coming together in this movie, I was so super excited for it. So after about 20 minutes, we actually stopped watching the movie because we kept talking about it. So I had to wait until the next day to watch it by myself. So it took me a little bit longer to watch the movie than I had originally planned, but I was happy I did because I really got to focus on the characters, because that's something that I really enjoyed and I was looking forward to. So it starts out, and Amy Poehler is this character named Abby, and she is planning this 50th birthday celebration for another one of their girlfriends, and she is definitely type A planner. And my friends kind of decided that was me. Yeah, so a little bossy, okay, we're going to stay to this timeline. We're going to go here, we're going to go there. We need to do this, we need to try that. And I planned so many things for you. I thought it was more like another friend of mine who is actually an event planner. But I'm definitely the bossier type, so I definitely fit into that category. I wish I was as funny and as cute as Amy Poehler is, but I take what you get. So throughout the movie, there were some really, really funny parts to it. But overall, I wasn't as excited about it as I would hope, because I know who these ladies are and they're so talented. And the writer, even Paula Pell, is one of the writers, as well as, I can't remember the other girl's name, but all from SNL and from so many other funny shows, Community and Parks and Rec. And I really expected it to be hysterical from start to finish. Now, it was funny. It was definitely funny, and I'm not saying it was bad in any way, but I just expected more. Paula Pell, if you are not familiar with her, she stole the show. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but there is a scene in the restaurant where she just stole the show. That's all I'm going to say. She came up with this little bit, and I don't know if it was planned or written in, but she did such an amazing job with that one particular scene. It was awesome. Maya Rudolph, with her facial expressions, she's just hysterical no matter what. And she was very entertaining throughout, very entertaining throughout. So I did absolutely enjoy her. But there was one character that didn't seem to fit, and I kept waiting for like something interesting to happen with him. His name is Devin, and he was supposed to be like this weird guy that kind of helped around and was their assistant in some ways. I felt like he could have been much weirder. Like he should have been much weirder and much more awkward. I don't think he was enough of that. So I felt like that wasn't great. One tiny little thing annoyed the heck out of me. Sulfates. Sulfates are in shampoo. Well, in one of the scenes, a character, one of the wine tasting people mentioned, oh, their wines don't have sulfates. Well, no kidding. Their wines don't have sulfates because there are no sulfates in wine. It's sulfites. Wine has sulfites. There's an I in wine. There's an I in sulfites. There's an A in shampoo, and there's an A in sulfates, okay? So that little thing just totally annoyed me. But then there was this art scene. One of the characters that is a secondary character, she is an artist, and she is like a millennial type, and she was having an art show, and that scene was just a nuisance. Like, it didn't need to happen, and it wasn't funny at all, and it didn't add anything to the character development. It didn't add anything to the storyline, the plot. It was just kind of dumb, and that's a bad word. That's a terrible word. I shouldn't even use that word, because it was it was useless. It didn't belong in the movie. And then towards the end, with the climax of the movie, there was this, I'm going to say, a hill scene. And I'm sure there had to be symbolism about being over the hill and turning 50. And I get the idea of that with the plot, but it was, I'm going to say it was moronic. Ooh, that's not a nice word either. But it wound up being trite, and then after a while it was like vapid and tedious, and I felt like they could have had a much better climax. They could have come up with something much funnier. So that's my take on it. If there's 5 stars to give, I would definitely give it at least 3, maybe even 3.5, because of the talent that's already there, because of these actresses that are incredibly talented and amazing, and the writers and the producer. I mean, Amy Poehler's producing debut, and the scenery was awesome, and there definitely were some funny quips, but it had some parts that just didn't necessarily have to be there. So that's my take. Take it as you will. And what did you think? Did you like it? Did you love it? I already heard from on Instagram from one of my followers that hated it, which I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. I identified with those characters a lot, but it just could have been different. So anyway, tell me what you think. Let me know. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and like and share. Give me a comment. Tell me what you want to hear about next.